Yo, can you guys hear me? Is she the wise? Let me know how the audio sounds. Let me know how it's sounding. Turn down my headphones a bit. Let me know how I sound. Hey, alright. Let's hope Streamlabs can handle all this stuff I'm about to do. Because we going in on Daniel Logan today. Let's get it. Oh, wrong one. Let's get it. Alright. So, as I was saying before, Streamlabs, of course, as always, cut me off and made me sound like a crazy person. Daniel Logan is mocking me. Last week, I tweeted at Daniel Logan on Friday. Spoiler alert for the new Bad Batch episode, but I've been speculating for dang weeks that Daniel Logan, or at least Boba Fett, is going to come into the Bad Batch. And I've been saying it for weeks. At least week 5, but I remember even with the trailers that we had in the beginning of the show, before the show even aired, people had seen Boba Fett and they had seen Omega and they were comparing her to Boba Fett. And saying we were all putting the pieces together, realizing that Omega was a clone, which of course your boy Sheev knew. But for weeks I've been saying Boba could potentially be in the show. And now, after this past episode, I think there's absolutely no way that Boba Fett is not in Bad Batch, especially with Book of Boba Fett around the corner. Now here's some really fun stuff. And just to show you guys what I mean when I say Daniel Logan is mocking the fandom, mocking us, mocking me, he's mocking Sheev. Let's get into the Twitter. Let's show you guys Daniel Logan's Twitter. Today, 3 hours ago, Commander Cody tweets, "Would be epic if Boba Fett made an appearance in the Bad Batch. And would be even better if Daniel Logan or Boba Fett Tansi," I don't know who that guy is, I'm sorry, "voiced Boba in Star Wars." And Daniel Logan quotes it saying, "Sounds good to me, hashtag Boba Fett." And then, because trust me, this is not all. There is a ton of stuff. We see this one. This is really funny. Blue Bantha Milk says, my bad, "I'm looking for my brother Boba. Have you seen him?" Daniel Logan, "Maybe." Dan says, "This is great. Did you make it?" Hilarious. And that, obviously that's not too much of a tease for it, but back in episode 1 or 2, around that time frame, Daniel Logan had posted a picture of Omega with his kid face as like Boba Fett, but with blonde hair. I've used it a ton in thumbnails. I've used it as a joke. Even on my Discord, we have that picture as a meme, actually. So I'm telling you guys, like, Daniel Logan has been messing with us for weeks now, talking about Omega's his sister and all this or that. And he tweeted also, he loves this piece of Cad Bane and Boba. Please don't. Oh yes. This one really got me. So after the latest episode, I tweeted at Daniel Logan to ask him what episode can we expect to see you. And a day later, he quote tweets this, that Star Wars Holocron said brother and sister, and it's a picture of Boba and Omega. And then he quoted it saying, "So you have a twin sister," with the Darth Vader thing, and goes on to say he hasn't seen the episode, thought it was an observation and speculation. Is it actually a spoiler? If so, sorry everyone. And Daniel, you know for a dang fact that it was a spoiler. You've been spoiling it since week 1, bro. Don't give me none of that. Don't give me any of that at all, bro. We know it's true. And this was a day after I had added him, asking him what episode we can see him. He's trying to act like he knows nothing. And that's not even the best part. That is not even the best part. We're going to keep going. Of course, he did. He likes this one too, and it was Omega and Step Clones. That one's been out for a little bit, though. I love that one. He's been all over. I've been on his Twitter since like Friday, just watching like a hawk. There's another good one down here. Sorry, this might take a second. Right here. This is a thread. But dang, look at this. So, it starts with the same exact tweet that he quoted today. The same exact tweet. Someone said would be epic if Omega makes an appearance in the Book of Boba Fett series. Someone else quoted, he quoted it. He himself, Daniel Logan, said, absolutely epic. Someone else said, would also love for you to voice Boba in the Bad Batch too. Surely it's inevitable, said another person. And then this person says, why not both? As in both the Bad Batch and the Book of Boba. And that's when Daniel Logan quotes it and says, I could not agree more. So Daniel Logan is over here teasing the hell out of us. Obviously, this is no confirmation. I know nothing about real spoilers, but Daniel Logan is literally on his Twitter messing with us. And I've been thinking for years he could come back, reprise that role, hopefully in live action. And the perfect place to do it is the Book of Boba. Not only would it make perfect sense, but we already have gotten confirmation from Tamora Morrison that we're going to see a lot of Boba's past. We're going to see a lot of how he got to the point that he's at in the Book of Boba. And what better actor to play a young Boba Fett than Daniel Logan? Am I right? So all of this just makes me think that Daniel Logan is out here messing with us big time. I don't know, though. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, because I'm definitely thinking we could potentially see Daniel Logan reprise his role as Boba in both the Bad Batch via voice or potentially in live action. And we could even see him driving around in Boba's Starship. Nah, we already know it's Slave One. That's a load of ludicrousy, if I'm being honest. Let's get into the chat though. I want to see what you guys have to say about all this nonsense. Star Wars Talk Show says, dude, Daniel is starting to look like Tamora a lot, especially lately, dude. And we know that Tamora reported, like, he said he was shooting the Book of Boba for 7 months, and maybe Daniel Logan didn't even go on to the same set as him, but I definitely think it's very possible, with him being an LA boy like myself, that Daniel Logan has probably seen the set of the Book of Boba Fett over here in LA, over in Burbank. You know, they have the whole like system set up. I can't even think of what it's called right now. The volume. They have the volume over here, and there's definitely possible that Daniel Logan's been over there. I know they were shooting in Kenobi recently, but before that, we know they had finished the Book of Boba Fett over here. So Mr. Anderson says, you mean Surf One? Surf One? Why is it Surf One? I think it's the I'm Anakin, not a slave one. That joke is hilarious. Have you guys seen that on Twitter? Jokes. Hopefully Mickey doesn't enter the building again. Yeah, Mickey was coming in here like, ho ho, hey, Sheev, we're gonna shut down your stream. Ho ho. Please, Mickey, don't cancel me. So, with that being said, I do want to touch on the Slave One thing too. And, I mean, I didn't prepare with the Twitter, but I got the facts up in here in my head. So Disney, basically, a new Lego set is coming out for the Slave One. And it has Din Djarin and Boba Fett in it. And the name of the set and the name of the ship in the set is Boba Fett's Starship. Boba Fett's Starship. Now, if you're a Star Wars fan or you know anything about Boba Fett, you know that ship is not called Boba Fett's Starship. That is the Slave One, and it has been the Slave One for about 41 years. It's been the Slave One since forever, because that's what George Lucas named it. George Lucas, the guy that loves cars so much that he took that love for cars and put it into Star Wars with ships and flying vehicles. George Lucas, the dude that created Star Wars over 41 years ago. What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you, Disney? Now, I will say that it's not confirmed that this is an actual change, and I will give Disney a little bit of slack and credit here. What it seems like on the surface level is that they are rebranding the name of the ship for this Lego set and for certain other child products so that the children, so that we're not calling it Slave One. Which, in my head, I'm sorry, that is idiotic. I know many people are on the same page as me, but it's idiotic. It's stupid. Regardless of who is buying this product, Slave One is not a bad name for the ship. Like, that is what the ship is called. There's no harm done by calling it Slave One. It's repulsive. It's ridiculous that they would do this. But I can understand maybe doing it for kids, and it's honestly not that big a deal. It's a Lego set. With that being said, from what I've heard, from what the creator of the Lego set and some of the Star Wars Lego designers, like the president of Lego, whatever, the people that created this and that are high ups within Legos or the creation department for the toys or whatever, have basically come out and said that Disney themselves doesn't want Slave One branded as the ship, or wants to change the ship's name from Slave One to avoid controversy. When in itself, this is controversy. I mean, look at how the fandom is reacting to this. We're all freaking losing our minds, you know? It's stupid. It really is stupid. Even if it is directed towards kids, and this is my true feelings here, children should know about slavery. To hide slavery is, ridiculous. Why are we hiding slavery? We need to learn from our past mistakes, regardless of how awful and terrible they may be. Why are we hiding slavery from anybody, especially kids? Kids should know about slavery, and we should be teaching them that it's wrong, and you should treat everybody with respect, regardless of the color of their skin, orientation, or any of that stuff. What are we doing rebranding this? It's ridiculous. Regardless of if it is a harmless, oh, you just don't want kids. Why? Why? You're part, cool. Disneyfication, whatever. You're part of the freaking reason that generations get softer and softer. I'm sorry. It's straight up. There are so many soft people living on this planet. It's just facts. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. The name of the ship is Slave One. Has nothing to do with slavery. Get over it, please. And even at that, I shouldn't be ranting this hard on it because it's silly. It's a Lego set. However, if this becomes something more than just a Lego set, that's friggin' stupid, and Disney deserves every ounce of anger that the fandom has coming towards them. So yeah, that is my true feelings on this. I think it's ridiculous. What do you guys think, though? I'm going to get into the chat right now before I get too hot on this. Damn, dude. All content creators have to have a spot on Mickey impression. Oh, hey guys, it's Mickey. Thank you. Yeah, I will preach it, man. It's ridiculous. Why are we hiding history, man? Freaking show people history and tell them how awful it was. Give them the gruesome details so that they can learn from it and never do it again. I mean, we are it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Answer this. Boba, Jabba's palace will likely have slaves. What will they be credited as? Unnamed Slave 1, Unnamed Slave 2, and so on? Yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure Boba might even free any slaves that are there. I mean, we already see him after he kills God, I always forget this. Bib Fortuna. After he kills Bib Fortuna in the end of Mando 2, everybody books the heck out of there, you know? He definitely is freeing whatever slaves are left of that place. I'm done going off, Travis Adam. I promise. Ashton says, people keep saying it's not a big deal because Slave One isn't knowing that. Well, I completely disagree. Maybe not as much as a household name as Death Star, but if you're a fan, you know that name. Exactly, bro. And still, like I said, I shouldn't be going absolutely hard like I am right now. Because, even if you are a kid, if you really do like Star Wars, you're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna search for yourself on the true name. You're not gonna call it Boba Fett's Starship. Let's be real. Come on, that's Slave One, and hopefully, if you're figuring that out as a kid, your parents are teaching you that's Slave One. That ain't no Boba Fett's Starship. Like, what the heck? You see my point? They can't hide the fact that slaves exist in Star Wars. Exactly, Star Wars Talk Show. It's stupid. It's dumb, man. Anakin, the most important character in Star Wars, is a slave. His entire life. He's a slave to Watto. He's a slave to the Jedi Order. Low key, he really is. And then he's a slave to Palpatine. How are you going to hide the fact that even Broom Boy is a freaking slave? Even freaking Ryan Johnson knows that you got to put slaves in there to freaking, like, come on. Disney out here ruining stuff, man. Ridiculous. Regardless of how big it is. Like, stop. Daryl the Derelict. That's a great name. Says, it's Leia's outfit going to be renamed to Unwilling Participant Apparel. Oh, God. That's a good one. That's a good one. Star Wars Talk Show says, LMAO, Mickey gonna be waiting for you to forget that. Yeah. Ho ho! Come on, Chief! Stop going so hard! Ho ho! Slayer Leia? Slave Leia? Oh, God. Mostly Anakin was a slave to his love for Padme. Daryl, you're not wrong. We're all a slave to love in a way. But that's alright. Love is dope. Wait, so this isn't a thing? They did it for a toy, though? Mr. Anderson, that is up for debate. Hence why I'm talking about it on a live stream. We don't really know yet. It does appear on the surface level that this is just for toy rebranding. But we have heard from a couple people in the creative process of this toy, this Lego set, if you will, have said that Disney is looking to try and change the name. So that's what we're going off of. And regardless of if it's just for a toy set or if it is potentially leading to something bigger, it's freaking ludicrous. Maybe this was just a way for them to test it, like test changing the name, and it clearly failed. Like even the people that are like super like, oh yeah, this or that, you know, like the super leftist, I guess you could say, of Star Wars fandom. I don't know what to call them. Like it's the opposite of the Phantom Menace. The SWJs. Even like the SWJs are out here like, nah, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's dumb. So yeah, they need to stop that. Nobody's on board with this Boba's slave ship, Boba's Starship. Imagine they rebranded it to Boba's slave ship. Mr. Anderson says, like, they're literally gonna change it in the Book of Boba and all that. No, so yeah, like I was saying, we don't really know yet. It does appear like that could be a possibility, though. Vito says, nah, they won't change it for the show. Makes sense to change it for the Legos. It does in a way, but like I said, you can't be hiding slavery from kids. That's just not the moves. Not the moves. Teach them about this stuff. Come on. Star Wars Talk Show says, I'm not 100% sure, but apparently the name has never been mentioned in TV shows or movies in the first place. Could be wrong. I actually think you're probably right. I don't know if it's the only place it maybe has been called that is the Clone Wars, and I don't even think they did in that. But I will say the name of the ship has been Slave One since George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, made it Slave One back in 70, whatever year Empire Strikes Back came out. My bad. I think it was like 78, 77. 41 years, though, basically, this thing has been out, and it's been known as Slave One. So why change it now? You know, it's ridiculous. It has nothing to do with real slavery. Stupid. What up, Kendo? What's up, my guy? How are you? How are you, normies to nerds? Star Wars Talk Show says, so they may just go out of the way to call it the ship by name. What, Boba? That's... Get to my starship, says Boba Fett. How ridiculous would that be? Get to the Slave One. Like, come on. Let's actually make... I hope that John and Dave and everybody working on Book of Boba make sure to throw a little jab at Disney for that and have Boba call it Slave One in the show, you know? I hope they do. Normies the Nerd says, by the way, who asked for Slave One to be changed? I'm adding this to the list of unnecessary changes besides Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. Alright, on that note, a lot of people I've seen have been calling for Kathleen Kennedy, the current president of Lucasfilm. They've been calling for her to get fired over this. Let me stop y'all right there. Because look, Fandom Menace, whatever, Kathleen haters, whatever. People that don't like Kathy. Because I'm even somewhat in that book too. I don't think Kathy should be running it. But for the people that want Kathy to get fired over this, get out. Get out of here now. Because you're not going to like to hear what I have to say. This is not Kathy. Literally what the people said that worked on this said that Disney did this. Disney is above Kathleen Kennedy. She's just the president of Lucasfilm, which is a IP company that is owned by Disney. Disney is the people that branded it as such. So if you're saying to fire Kathleen Kennedy for the rebranding of Slave One, get out of here. That's not Kathleen. Sure, fire Kathleen. I'm on the same. Don't fire Kathleen for this. Fire Kathleen for what she really needs to get fired for. But even then, relax. Because give Kathleen a little bit more of a chance. I know maybe she's already wrecked that chance for you guys, but chill. I'm going to give her one last chance, one last project without Dave Filoni being part of it. And that's it. If she sucks it, she sucks it. That's all. Star Wars Talk Show says, I think Dave Filoni knows better to cancel it. What, Slave One or just what? Nobody asked. Ashhammer says, nobody asked, LOL, they just want to be canceled. Doesn't everybody want... Cancel me, why don't you? Like, we all want to get canceled, right? Mr. Anderson says, so I just looked up the Lego set. It's for kids 9+ years of age, question. They should already be learning about slavery by then. Anyway, exactly. Why are we not calling it Slave One? And why is slavery something that should be hidden? Excuse me? No. Teach these kids what's going on. Slave One, again, I'm reiterating this a billion times because it's ridiculous. Slavery needs to be something everyone learns about. I'm sorry. It is a horrifying thing, and it should be taught to all of these if you're over 9 years old, you definitely can handle the understanding of at least the basics of slavery. The fact that it's just the name Slave One, get out of here. Get out of here with that. Ridiculous. Kathleen can go to Warner Brothers, says Lord Rito. You know what? Kathleen Kennedy would be a great fit at Warner Brothers. She should definitely go over there. She'd fit right in with them. That's great, Vito. That's great. Great job. Normies the Nerd says she shouldn't be fired over this. Nah, exactly. Yeah, she shouldn't get fired over the renaming of the ship. That's not her. That's really not her. Talk Show says, yeah, blaming Kathleen for everything would be silly. But I see fans doing that. I freaking am on Twitter. I see ridiculousness from both sides. I see the SWJ ridiculousness, and I see the Fandom Menace ridiculous. I'm like the Bendu. I'm over here chilling in the middle. I'm like, y'all are insane. Everybody insane. It's like, take it for what it is, guys. Come on. Kendall says, I want actual change for minority characters rather than a damn pointless name change. This one got me heated earlier. Yeah, bro. It's sad. It's sad. They doing it just to do it. They want to be with the cool trends, and it's not cool at all. It's not. Kendall is spitting facts. That is facts, Just Fernie and Ash. It is. Ashton says, like I said, man, if they made a co-Jedi main character with Rey, then the sequels would have been so much better. I agree with you, man. I feel like one of my biggest gripes with the sequels, like a lot of people say, like you shouldn't get upset over like small things in the sequels or like things like the Canto Bight stuff. But I gotta say, like my biggest gripe with the sequels wasn't Luke Skywalker. That's not what my biggest gripe. Like I honestly thought that Luke Skywalker force projecting himself across the galaxy, which we've never seen done before, was pretty dang badass. I'm gonna be straight up. I thought it was dope. But then you got Finn over here doing a pointless side mission that ends up being nothing to the entire story except introducing Broom Boy and releasing freaking space horses when they didn't release the slave kids, which, like, sure, maybe the slave kids would have got captured again, but like I don't know. I went into The Last Jedi like, don't waste my time with this movie. There shouldn't be a minute or a second wasted in this movie because you need to fill in so much stuff in this movie alone based on what was set up in the previous movie that there cannot be a single second of wasted time. And then the Canto Bight whole sequence thing and Finn's side quest is like 30 minutes of BS thrown into the movie that makes no sense to the rest of it and just is honestly a waste of time, which is exactly what I didn't want to see. It freaking annoyed, like, I'm going off tonight, but that stuff pissed me off, man. I didn't want a second of wasted time, let alone 30 minutes wasted on a side story that didn't even matter. Like, fuck. Excuse my French. I gotta get back into the chat because I'm going way too hard. Omega dies. Cancel KK. I'm with you, bro. Omega for the win. I actually love the Omega character. Partly because I've just been on her for a while. I'm that guy says, I don't know if this is a dumb question or not, but why is it called Slave One? I have no clue, but that's the name of the ship, man. Great question. That's not a dumb question at all. I honestly don't know. If someone wants to look that up and find out why it's the name of it is Slave One, I would greatly appreciate that because I have no clue. What did Vito say earlier? Yeah, Vito is speaking facts all day, every day. I know there's a couple long ones. I'll try and read them right now. Vito says, Theory missed my super where I said I could care less about Boba, but I heard it was someone at Warner Bros. That changed the name. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm just saying. Geeky Gambit says, I think people are going way too crazy about this, to be honest. They're changing a bunch of names for the Lego ships, not just Boba. Not everyone knows the name of the ships. Legos are generally a gift if you're buying a gift. Sorry, I'm reading the continuation of his chat. If you're buying a gift more, it's a lot easier to get so shipped than Slave One. It's more known, but I mean, if they change it in the show, that's a different story. But as of right now, it's just Legos. So I totally agree with you, Geeky Gambit. And again, I've said this a couple times in the stream. I even got to chill right now because it is most likely just for a Lego set and a couple of toy figures. But that to me is a sign that they were at least testing to see if a name change would work within the fandom. That's what I took out of this. If it wasn't any of that and it was just a rebrand for the Lego set, sure, cool, whatever. Like, I guess that's the name for the Lego set. Like you said, maybe it's a better branding for it. Sure, whatever. We all know it's Slave One at the end of the day. But personally, I took it as them testing the waters for changing the name potentially. And even from what we heard from the people that worked on this set was that Disney was trying to rebrand the name of the ship. Whether they didn't specify whether that was just for the Lego set or was for the show or something going forward. They just said that they're trying to Disney is trying to rebrand it. Ho ho! So, yes, that's where I'm going with this. I'm gonna get into some more chats here. Ashton says, my main gripe with the sequels was the treatment of Finn and in the movie and John in real life. They treated him like shit. Yes, they did. And I know John is now more open to coming back from what I've heard. And honestly, I hope he does. He's a great dude, pretty dang good actor, even though all they made him do was Ray. But he's just a good actor. I like the dude. He's a cool dude, and I do think they did him pretty dirty in the sequels. Jess Fernie says, me and my friends had to think about it, but they even mentioned the name Slave One since Disney got it, besides Clone Wars. I don't think they've ever mentioned the name Slave One, if I'm being honest, Jess Fernie. But no, I've never heard any mention of it in marketing or anything. Star Wars Talk Show says, yeah, it was cool tick for sure. A cool trick for sure. The projection was, I also get why that was done. No transparent of planet, so he couldn't physically be there. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think probably like my second or third watch through, because I saw it like 3, maybe 4 times in theaters. I think, my bad. The force projection. Yeah, I totally agree, bro. Like, there's a reason he didn't leave the planet. He felt like his purpose was to stall for time for them and keep the rebellion going, keep that spark alive. And yeah, it's just, I get why he stayed there as well. It didn't upset me that much. It would have been way cooler if he actually was there. I'll tell you that much. But it's still pretty dope that he was force projecting. They teased us with Canto Bite, making us think we were going to get Lando. Yeah, and then we got Lando in the next movie. But still, ridiculous. Canto Bite sucked. Sorry. Omega is a really lovable character, bless her. Star Wars Talk Show, yes, she is. And I've been saying for weeks that she potentially could be Boba's sister. And I didn't think so at first, but we definitely are 100% in that now. Mr. Turkish Delight himself, where is he? He's not in here. Why are you guys talking about Turkish Delights? Mike Porter, how are you, my guy? Mr. Mike Porter, Mr. Positivity. He's Mr. Positivity himself, not Turkish Delight. You tripping. Krim is Mr. Turkish Delight. Darth Chaos says, I don't think it's that big of a deal until they touch the name in canon. No complaints here. Yeah, like I said, I have it's what it is. My real complaint is that, like, for me, it just feels like they're hiding the word slave or slavery, like, and why? Why? Especially if it's directed for kids 9 and above. Why are we hiding slavery? What is the point of hiding that name? What is the point? Like, I don't care if it's better for rebranding. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's not. I'll go buy the Slave One before I go buy Boba's Starship, straight up. But then again, I'm a big nerd, so maybe the normies would buy Boba's Starship. I don't know. Star Wars Talk Show says the Lego game will confirm Boba's ship name as it's also Lego. I guess it will, and maybe that's why they haven't released the game yet. Maybe that's why it got delayed. They're trying to figure out Boba's ship's new name. Slave One, though. Stop that. Why did you change that name? Why did you change that name? Martha! Let's call it the Martha one. How about that, Mr. Anderson? Ashton says, sheep. You see what I said about the name? I've read some of your stuff, Ashton. What'd you say? That makes me mad, honestly. It literally is named Slave One because Jango was a slave, bruh. Like, wow. They don't even know what the ship's name meant. That's what it meant? Oh, gosh. So Ashton says it's literally named Slave One because Jango was a slave and he killed his oppressors. He started being a bounty hunter right after. Is that really how the name became what it was? Because I thought maybe it is. Maybe it is. That's pretty dope, though. Star Wars Talk Show says, wait a minute. What will Boba's ship be called in new Lego game? Yeah, That's likely where he will get confirmation. Just realize that. So on that point, Star Wars Talk Show, I think Book of Boba is supposed to come out before the Lego game, which is ridiculous because the Lego game was supposed to come out last year. So yeah, I think we're gonna maybe get more confirmation in the show before. Although filming is finished, so who knows, man? But I think we'll probably get confirmation in Book of Boba before we get it in the Lego game. Mike Porter says, "Well, I do give out a lot of Turkish delights because they are irresistible." And yes, they are, Mike Porter. And you're so wholesome that I'll allow it. You can be Mr. Turkish Delight if you feel. That is fine with me. Just Fernie says, "Damn, Ashhammer, it works so good with his backstory." Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, why are we changing the name of Slave One on anything? It's a dope name. Let's be real. It's pretty dope. It's a dope name in my opinion. The ship is even from a slave world. Wow, Star Wars Talk Show. Look at that. Daryl, the derelict, says, "Honestly, Disney can rename whatever they want. It will always be Slave One, and the EU will always be canon." Mic drop. It's funny you say that because honestly, I've never been super into the EU, and it's never been my canon. So it's funny you say that. But yeah, they can rename it to whatever they want. Most of us fans know what it's really called. We're always going to call it Slave One. It doesn't matter what they call it. We're going to mock them for the rest of their life, for the rest of Disney's life, if they call it anything else. Yeah, Sheev. Django named it Slave One after he killed all of them and escaped. That's pretty wild, man. And it makes it even wilder that they would even consider changing it, even if it is just for marketing purposes. I think it is really dumb. Mr. Anderson even reiterates that right here, saying, "If that's the case, then the name change is really dumb." And it is really dumb in my opinion. It's stupid. It's stupid. Again, I shouldn't be going hard on it like this because even going hard on it like this is stupid. But it's stupid. It's really dumb. Even the fact that they're doing it for a Lego set, in my opinion, is dumb. Star Wars Talk Show says, "I think that they may just not even call it the ship by name, although saying that Razor Crest was mentioned a lot." Yeah, man. It's funny that someone brought up the Razor Crest. So if you guys don't know, I've talked about it once or twice before on the streams, but I actually call my car the Razor Crest. I have a silver G35, and I have a Grogu Bob. Oh, it's probably gonna get all weird with the. I have a Bobu Jesus Christ. I have a Grogu pop on my car. I call it the Slave One. I call it the Razor Crest, and like part of the reason I also call it the Razor Crest is because it's always having some type of I'm always having some type of mechanical issues. I literally had like 4 nails get into my tire in like 2 months span, and it's like I had to patch all of them. It was a nightmare. I don't like patching tires. It's annoying. But yeah, I've had all these issues with my car. My last car was nowhere near like that, but I had some oil issues with my last car where it leaked all the time. This car, even today, so the whole point of this little rant, today I came back from vacation and someone had sideswiped part of my car, just completely destroyed my mirror. The Razor Crest is continuing to get destroyed. It's a sad thing, man. It's a really sad thing. What else are we talking about in chat, though? Let's brighten up the mood. Mr. Anderson, yeah, exactly. What else are we getting at? Just Fernie says, "Man, it would feel weird if Boba doesn't say the name Slave One in Book of Boba. Wonder how Filoni feels." Yeah, man. I'm sure Robert Rodriguez might even throw it in there. Robert Rodriguez is a huge Boba fan, and that's why we got the badass scene with Boba in the Mando, because Robert Rodriguez had designed that whole scene and created it. But yeah, man, I think Robert Rodriguez is definitely gonna do justice for Boba in Book of Boba, man. Normies to Nerd says, "Gotta crash mine." Peace out. I know it was a late stream. I know you East Coasters got to get to bed soon. Thank you for stopping by, Normies to Nerds. Go check out Normies to Nerds channel. Big homie over there. He does some great Marvel and Star Wars content for them normies to try and convert them to nerds. I've been on his channel a couple times, so go check him out. Great guy. Love that dude. Ashton says, I don't know, maybe it was only for the Lego set. It is very possible that it was only for the Lego set. I might scour Twitter right now trying to find the other stuff I saw, but it is interesting, I'll tell you that much. Oh, Mike Porter with the tweet. Thanks, my guy. Mike Porter is such a great dude. I don't know, I'm probably not gonna find this tweet, but yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of stuff talking about this or that and them changing the names, so you know what it is. Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. We might go back to Twitter real quick. Daniel Logan tweeted again an hour ago. Let's see what this says over here. All right, hold up. Let's bring it up. Let's just make that a little bit bigger for you guys. Daniel Logan, someone commented on that post that I did. And then, my bad, let's go back. Ignore, stop that. All right, someone says, put Daniel Logan in the Bad Batch as a hashtag. I'm going to retweet that right now because that's fantastic. Boop. And Daniel Logan quotes it saying, kind of like your hashtag, just saying with a winky face. This dude's messing with us, man. He's so messing with us. I'll show you guys my tweet too, just to get you a little. So I tweeted at Daniel Logan Friday night. So Daniel Logan, what episode can I expect to hear your voice in the Bad Batch? Also, are you excited to have a sister? And then I posted, of course, the picture that Daniel Logan posted on Instagram months and months and months ago of him as Omega. This dude is straight up teasing us. Daniel Logan, why you gotta do us like that, man? Why you gotta do us like that? You're a dirty, dirty man. You're teasing the fandom, man. That's mean. That's a mean way to do it, man. What do you guys think of that, though? Do you think we'll see Daniel Logan in Bad Batch and or potentially in the Book of Boba? I think it would be so sick to see him in Book of Boba. I've been a Daniel Logan fan, as I said earlier in the stream, for a long, long time. I think potentially if we see him in the Book of Boba, it would do a lot of justice for fans. It would do a lot of justice to him because we haven't seen him in a Star Wars property. Like, I think he voiced some of the Boba scenes in the Clone Wars, if not all of them. I got to do some more research on that. But I think, especially because Tamora Morrison had said that we could potentially see Boba, a lot of Boba's past in this show, that if we saw Daniel Logan suit up in the Boba Fett armor and like the first time we see in like a flashback he pulls off the helmet and it's Daniel Logan, bruh, I'll clap. I'll be like, hell yeah, Daniel, hell yeah, man. I love Daniel Logan, man. I think that would be epic. Be epic. Great some great fan service right there. Some great Daniel Logan service, to be honest. Mr. Anderson says, I'd prefer to see him as a young Boba in Book of Boba Fett for sure. Bro, how sick would that be? I'd be hyped. That'd be so dope, man. Ashton says, wait, WTF, it's him? Daniel Logan is the Kid Boba actor? Bro, yeah, of course that's Daniel Logan is the Kid Boba actor, yes. That is why I like Daniel Logan so much. He's a great dude. Great, like, awesome guy. Lover of the fans. Like, such a cool dude, man. Him and Tamora Morrison are good buddies, too. Mainly from Attack of the Clones. Like, he's almost like a father figure to him from, outside perspective. But it's pretty dope to see, for sure. For sure. We can go about 14 minutes. What else do we want to touch on, guys? I don't know if there's a lot of other stuff. We can talk about Bad Batch. We can bring up episode 10 and what we could potentially see from that. I don't think I have pulled up the leaked episode names, but I really hope we do see Boba in the Bad Batch. And I think with all this Daniel Logan teasing and me trying to call for it since like episode 5, if not earlier, that it needs to happen at this point. Like, again, all this evidence, it's just been stacked up of him potentially being in the show. And I'll list it out right in here. First off, Omega is his sister. Sort of. She is the closest thing to a Boba Fett sister that there will ever be. Closest thing to a Boba Fett relative there will ever be. She's closer to him than any of the other clones, as she's the only unaltered in terms of age acceleration, and the only difference between her and Boba really is her gender and potentially any further abilities she might have. She might even be able to be stronger than Boba. I still don't think Omega is a Force sensitive, but I do think she has the potential to be even more badass, or cool if you will, than Boba Fett is. Ashton says, I didn't know that. I'm so hyped now. I always liked him a lot in Attack of the Clones. Yeah, bro. Like I said in the beginning, I've seen Attack of the Clones like 20 million times as a kid, like 50 million, you know. But I watch that show all the time. I love his little, yep. I think it's like he kills his little kid Boba, man. I love him. Grogu used the Force in the 3rd episode, LMAO. If Omega was, she would have done something by now. Exactly. I still am on the train that Omega is a heightened perception. I think she has a heightened perception. I think Omega has like the ability to just see things that most other people just would not see, and she sees little details like the line. Obviously, she's been in the clone facility for heck a long, like 12, 11 years, which is more than most other clones. And she probably would be able to tell that a clone is Generation 1 just by looking at their face. But it could also be that she has a heightened perception and was able to tell that Rex was a Generation clone just by looking at him, you know? Star Wars Talk Show says, Boba is your father with you, Boba. Yep. Exactly, man. That stuff is... I love that gif. Ash Hammer says, I was saying maybe rescue on Ryloth is the Bad Batch rescuing Crosshair from the Empire and fixing his chip because Crosshair keeps failing. So he'll probably be punished for it. Yeah, man. That's a great point. I would love to see rescue on Ryloth be something that we don't really expect. I don't think it's going to be Omega, and I didn't think in the first place that it would be Omega. I kind of did in the first time I saw it, and I was like, nah, that's a red herring. They want us to think Omega's getting taken, and which she did, but she escaped literally an episode after. And, you know, I've kind of turned... I'm going to be straight up and cancel me for this, because I should get canceled for this. I kind of am messing with Fennec Shand handling Cad Bane the way she did. I love Cad Bane as much as the next guy. Cad Bane is probably my favorite bounty hunter, even more so than Boba Fett. And Boba still has the potential, in my opinion, to be greater than him or cooler than him. But right now, I think Bad Batch is at the top of the list for me. I still want to see Boba kill him, because that would make Boba a little more badass in my opinion. But I still am on the Cad Bane train, and I think it makes sense for him to get his butt kicked by Fennec and still hold his own, and have her hold her own though too. And let me explain to you guys why. I do think it's all but confirmed that Boba Fett Cad Bane arc happened. I think it definitely happened, and I think Cad Bane has lost a little bit of his touch because of it, and that's how it's going to result in him having a rematch with Boba Fett at some point in either Bad Batch or potentially Book of Boba. And we're going to see Boba kill him, because Boba's surpassing his mentor in this arc and surpassing the dude that was right behind his father when his father was the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy. It just makes a lot of sense to me, you know? Plus, that's another thing to show that Boba could be in the Book of Boba, or in the Bad Batch. Cad Bane was in it already. 2 episodes in a row now. Cad Bane was last seen in an unfinished arc with Boba Fett, in an arc about him training Boba Fett, and in which Boba Fett and him shoot each other. How are we not going to see them again? And how is there not going to be a rematch? Please give it to us. I don't care if it happens now in the Book of Boba Fett or both. Just give it to us. I want to see all the Boba versus Cad Bane I can get. Please. Mr. Anderson says, bro, I'll say this. How do you do a gender race swap the right way? Make it a totally different character and create reasons as to why it did happen. Boom. Perfect way to do it, and they did it great with Omega. I love Omega's character. Again, I think she has more potential than Boba in terms of badassery. So give me Omega being a dope character. Continue to flesh her out to be the sick girl that she is, to be honest. Mr. Anderson says, bruh, Cad Bane is handicapped now. He's definitely a little bit capped. He was a little overpowered, to be honest, out here whipping Obi-Wan's butt. So, you know, they had to nerf him at some point. Like any good character eventually gets nerfed. If you ever played Apex, you know that one season your favorite legend will be great. The next season they're going to suck some balls. But that's just the way it goes. Uh-oh. My manager says I'm going to get canceled for that. That's all right. Thanks, manager. Thanks for letting me know. Just Fernie says, I think they're going to fall in getting Omega to clone her, so that they're going all in on getting Omega to clone her, so they're going to use genetic code of Crosshair and make a new breed of troopers. Interesting, Just Fernie. That's an interesting take, man. I like that a little bit. It's interesting. Ashhammer says, handicapped and he just got blown up seconds before the fight. LOL. Fennec honestly should have won the fight. Like, it made sense. Exactly, man. And I love that Cad Bane still did hold his own, and we got to see him, you know, be pretty dope. I think it's sick. What's up, Ben Friel? I hope you're having a good day too, man. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for hitting up the chat. Hope you're doing good, man. I really do. And then Ashton also says, Boba coming 100%. LOL. It's a show about clones, and he got name dropped. There's no way he couldn't make an appearance. All right. I got to stay on track because I keep getting off track. So, I'm with you 100%. 100% Boba Fett is showing up in the show. Here's all the things that we've seen leading to Boba potentially being in the show. We have Boba's sister and all the hints of Omega being his sister, quote unquote, since the trailer in the friggin' first episode and everything. Like, that's been around since the start. I predicted that back in my very first video that Boba could potentially be her sister. Go watch my first video if you think I'm lying to you, because straight up, that's been since the first episode. Second thing we've got, Cad Bane, like I said, big hint that Boba is coming. Another thing we've gotten, back in Sid's room, if you don't remember. I also have a freaking video on this from episode 5. Sid's room had Jango's blasters on the wall. It also had 2 clone helmets on the wall. It also had, think about it, a prototype white Boba Fett helmet. Boba Fett helmet on the wall. A white Boba Fett helmet on the wall. White Mandalorian helmet. If that's not a big hint to him being in the show, I don't know what is. Not to mention, they literally name dropped him, as Ashton said last episode. If they don't put Boba Fett in this show, they're missing out on an opportunity, especially with Book of Boba Fett being only like 6 months away. That'd be stupid if they don't put Boba Fett in this show. Straight up. Just Fernie says, didn't they say in Mando that she's like the craziest bounty hunter out there? So if that's true, she had to be badass since the start. Yes, and totally, even in Mando, she is pretty badass. I love that scene on, what's that planet that Grogu gets taken on? It's that Legends planet. I can't think of it right now. Tython. So dumb, because Tython is literally in Chief's backyard in real life. Tython, the place they filmed Tython is like 10 miles down the road from me, swear to God. But yeah, in that whole Tython scene, Fennec's a beast, man. She's like hopping from walls, shooting clones or shooting stormtroopers in the face. She out here working, man. I love Fennec, dude. She's low. Ming-Na Wen is a badass. I love Ming-Na Wen. Vito says, if you want a good laugh, Theory said, I'm unable to get banned on this stream. LOL. I said, really? Okay. Then I just cursed out Warner Brothers like, whoa. Ban him. Adam Nelson says, Star Wars would benefit just by going full Legends from here on out. You know what? I don't even know most of Legends, to be honest, Adam Nelson. So I'm down with it, especially if they're going to bring in characters like Starkiller that are hella overpowered. Let's just break canon. I'm down for it, man. It sounds fun to me. Lord Vito says, go check his latest gaming stream. He's live right now. I'm competing with Theory again. I know. I love competing with Theory. That's my homie. I love Star Wars Theory. Lord Vito says, oh, and if they put Boba in this show, I hope he's not an annoying little brat. No way he will be. Last time we saw him, he's grown way more since being that annoying little brat. He's going to be much more mature than Omega is, I'll tell you that. And like Just Fernie says, Boba's coming 100%. Straight up, Just Fernie. He's definitely coming. Word? Mr. Anderson, are you talking about Tython? Because yes, word. I do live right next to Tython. Darth Chaos says she is badass. She's also getting a star in the Walk of Fame, which is very deserving. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ming-Na Wen, much love to you. You're a G. Lord Vito says, I love both of you. That's why I'm here right now. Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming by. I love both of me, too. Just Fernie says, I saw that Darth Chaos. That's so cool. I was happy to read that. Yeah, dude. I was really happy to hear that Ming-Na Wen is getting a star on the Walk of Fame, too. She was hyped, man. Especially with the people that were announced with her. Like, it was sick. It was pretty sick. I think Ming-Na Wen, though, brava. That's cool AF, though, fam. Ming-Na Wen? My bad. I'm totally freaking butchering her name. I butcher names just like Josh sometimes. So, my bad. Ming-Na Wen. Yep. I'm canceled. Bye-bye. No. Forgive me though. That was definitely throw me out. That was bad. I love Ming-Na Wen. I love Ming-Na Wen. I'm so sorry. Ming-Na Wen, if you ever see this somehow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My face is already a little red from being sunburned, but I'm blushing like a madman right now. Cancel me for real. Oh, that was bad. Nah, you're good, Anderson. That's my bad, not yours. That's not your bad. Throw Sheev out, man. All right. We're getting to an hour in the stream. It's time to cancel Sheev. I'm ready to go to bed pretty soon. Last thoughts, though. I think we're definitely getting Boba in the Bad Batch. 100%. It's going to happen. Just at this point, like I said, if they don't do it, that's dumber than changing the name of Slave One to Boba Fett Starship. Straight up. So bring Boba into the Book of Boba. Bring Boba into the Bad Batch. Put Daniel Logan as the voice of Boba in the Bad Batch. And then go ahead and put him in the flashback scenes of Book of Boba so that we get a live action Daniel Logan as Boba Fett. He looks kind of similar to Tamora, and he could totally fit as a young Boba. Let's be real. He is young Boba. Straight up. Daniel Logan for Boba in the Book of Boba. Daniel Logan for Boba in the Bad Batch. And Boba confirmed 100% for the Bad Batch. You heard it here first. About 5 weeks ago from Sheev the Wise. I hope you guys have a great night. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And subscribe for more awesome Star Wars content just like this. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Sheev out. Alright, guys. It's Sheev. Stinger time. Stinger. Alright. Honestly, I'm not even sure what to talk about the rest of the week because Star Wars has not been getting a ton of news lately. But hopefully we get something juicy in the next couple days. We might have to just talk about these episodes. It's already Monday and I'm still coming back from vacation, so I don't even know what the heck I'm going to be talking about this week. But you could be sure that Sheev is going to have a hell of a lot of more content throughout the rest of the week. Whether it's some videos that I might cook up or whether it's some streams, catch a boy. No matter what, I'm going to be here for the fans. I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for the rest of the week. You know how it is over here at Vader's Lair. Much love to you guys. If you got anything you want to see me talk about the rest of the week, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Again, smash that like button. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe for more awesome Star Wars content just like this. May the Force be with you always.